Hello viewers, thanks for watching. I'm Noah James, and I'm here with Zaki.
Hey guys.
We have a new toy, as you can see. I realized today that I'm much more boring and serious in my videos than I am in real life. And I realized that's big time a problem, and I plan to correct that in the future. But even though we have a fun new toy, tonight won't be that night. Because we decided to talk about anxiety, depression, panic,
Self-neglect, self-harm.
the things we've been through, the things we are going through.
Just to share a little bit and hopefully help some people.
So I guess for myself, I'll start at the beginning. As soon as I started kindergarten, my first day, I was bullied. It did not stop until I finished high school. You know, kind of hard, kind of a problem. Gave me social anxiety. Till this day, I'm afraid of kids. Seriously, I'm actually afraid of children. It's horrible. I can't join groups. I can't be a part of anything. I feel like I will be ridiculed and judged. There are so many things I want to do that I don't allow myself to because of fear of the judgment of peers. And you probably know that's called social anxiety. And so I have that big time. And not only that, as I was growing up, I guess my family wanted to protect me. And so whoa. And so they put me in this bubble of failure prevention where I couldn't do anything new. It's not even I couldn't do anything risky, because aiming for a goal isn't risky. But for them it was, because you may not reach the goal. So I was discouraged from reaching goals or setting goals. So anytime I had a career aspiration, any ambition, any plan, any idea, I was discouraged from doing it. And that plagues me still today. I do not set goals. I never reach for them. I'm complacent, I'm bored, and I'm a defeatist. These are not good things. And until recently, I never really realized that all of these things from childhood do affect your adult life. So all of these past experiences with people, you know, give me a hard time, all of that, has definitely contributed to me having social anxiety. And I have it. People don't imagine that I do because I work with the public and, you know, I'm fun, I'm funny, I'm personable. No, social anxiety to the max, to the point where I can't even keep friends for the most part.
And you can be two different people. Like me, at work, I'm very social, very outgoing, super kind, polite. When I'm outside of work, don't talk to me. My friends, don't talk to me. I barely, talk to my mom. But at work, I'm super social, so.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get that weird thing, my friends don't talk to me. Yep.
Yeah.
My best friends, when they call me, I won't answer. When they text me, I take a week to text back.
When I get a phone call, even from my best friend, I start sweating and I become red and I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah.
Even though I know her, I love her to death. Yep.
I know her too, she's awesome. But no, I get it.
That's anxiety.
Yeah.
Social anxiety.
Social anxiety to the max, to the point where you can't even talk to your own friends. So, you know, we both have pretty incapacitating social anxiety. So, you know, there's that.
For those of you who follow me on social media, you might have noticed that a lot has happened lately, and a lot of bad things, and I'm not as active online as I used to be, and I've been posting a lot of dark pictures, I guess, or seem depressed, and that I was in the hospital for a while. So I figured I would talk about that. So here's what actually happened. We've been, both of us, going through a lot of hard times lately for the past few months.
Months.
Well, the past few months have been really hard, let's just say.
More hard than usual.
Yeah. We've had, our life has been chaotic, or just all of it, but lately it's been a little worse. And I'm a very, very stressed out person. I do have anxiety. I am stressed to begin with. So if anything at all happens, I get overly emotional. I'm overly involved, overly into it. And I guess with everything, and I didn't really know why, but I've always lately been really depressed, but without really having an explanation for it, just extremely depressed. And the reason I was in the hospital is that I attempted suicide. And when I was there, they did a lot of tests on me, and then I realized, they found out that I had a thyroid problem, which explains my depression. But yeah, that's why I was in the hospital. So that was lately, the last time I was in the hospital. Unfortunately, it wasn't my first time. A few years ago, I'd say about maybe 4 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago, I don't remember, but a few years ago I was in a hospital because, if I start from the beginning, from that period of time, I had a job where the training was good. I liked my job, and I was 21, so it was quite a few years ago.
Oh my, yeah, that was a while.
And that was a while ago.
I mean, we're young. It was last month.
I'm 18, what? That didn't happen.
It was in the future.
But yeah, when I was 21, I was just a regular cashier, and then was offered the manager position because my manager at the time was leaving. She had a promotion, and there was no one else, basically. So I was like, all right, I can do this. I'm 21, I need to prove it to everyone and to myself that I can be a manager, I can run my own store. But what ended up happening is that she had to leave extremely quickly, within a week. So I didn't have the training, I didn't have an assistant manager, I didn't have staff. Everything was just not great. So I ended up basically living at work. I used to work 3 days in a row, take a few naps in between inside the office at work, and I was there overnight. It was a 24/7 store, so always there. And I did that for about a year of working nonstop, going home every few days. But still, there was something when I was home, people would call me and I had to rush to the store. And
I don't envy your job.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great.
Oh,
but
it wasn't great. The understatement of the century.
I have pride, so I had to prove it to myself and to everyone else that didn't believe in me, because I had tattoos and piercings and I was so young and
that makes you garbage.
Exactly.
Young, tattoos, piercings. Oh.
So I had to prove that I was a good worker, and this is my store now, and I can do this. I'm good. So I ended up having a complete burnout breakdown to the fullest. After, I think what happened, if I remember correctly, I had to redo the entire store, the displays and everything. And I had all of it done. All of it. I had stayed there for 3 days in a row. I think my longest shift was 53 hours in a row. That was along those lines. Yeah, my longest shift without going home was 53 hours.
Remind me never to work in the store. Actually, I worked in his store for 2 days.
Yeah, we won't say which one, but yeah.
I lasted 2 days. He lasted all. He's tough.
Yeah, well.
2 days.
So I had redone the entire store because we had like a new boss or something. Like all the stores had to look the same, so we had to redo everything. And I had redone everything. My boss came in and said, "Oh, this isn't what I meant. This is not the right things at all. You have to redo everything." When he left, my friend at the time that I was sort of seeing came into the store. And the minute he walked in, I fell into, like I was in the back store and I fell down on the ground, started bawling. And because he had lived everything I had lived and he's seen me through the year, he decided for my own mental health that I should go to the hospital. So he brought me there, and when you go into emergency, they ask you a bunch of questions, and they ended up saying that I had a complete burnout and was, they said, a danger to myself and to others.
And to others.
And to others.
I mean, I was scared of you.
Apparently, that's what they
I
said.
thought you were gonna axe murder me.
So, I was not allowed to leave. I was there for an entire month, and I was in the psych ward with, I had 3 like outdoor breaks a day, supervised, and I
Well, you
couldn't.
might run away.
When I went to my bedroom, the door was locked and I couldn't see anyone. I was wearing the hospital gown and it was awful. And I was there for an entire month. And then they put me on so many different medication, so many. And once I was out, when they decided that I wasn't a danger to myself and to others anymore, I was inside my house for about a week and a half, maybe 2. And because of the medication, I was worse than before. I was way worse. And I actually attempted suicide for the first time. That was the first time. And I went right back into the hospital for another 2-3 weeks. I spent my birthday in the hospital, in the psych ward. Yeah, and when I first attempted suicide...
That was the time you called me, or...?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
When
he called me, I told him to try to vomit the pills.
Yeah,
Nothing came up, so he also called his other best friend, and we both called an ambulance for him, luckily.
Yeah. I was very lucky because what I ended up taking, because the doctors prescribed a lot of antidepressants, sleeping pills, antipsychotics. I had so many different pills.
Antipsychotics?
Yep, I was prescribed antipsychotics.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah, my psychiatrist said that I needed antipsychotics, antidepressants.
Psych, man. Sounds the same.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, I'm joking.
And I ended up taking all 3 bottles.
What a bunch of whiskey.
Actually, it was an entire bottle of wine. I had drank already.
Oh, it was only what? I
Yeah.
thought it was whiskey. Oh, no,
it's the pills
slightly less bad, a little bit less bad.
Yeah, I had taken all 3 bottles, plus whatever I had left in the house, I don't even know. And drank a bottle of wine, and then when I started feeling mellow, I started feeling really
mellow.
really weird.
The most mellow ever.
A hard time breathing, and
Pretty mellow.
everything started spinning, and I panicked because I didn't actually want to die. It was
Wanted to
just,
not feel so bad.
I was so depressed and thinking that nothing else, like nothing would change. I would just always be like that. So just out of nowhere, I was like, well, you know, forget about everything. Let's just end it now. But immediately after, I started panicking and I called him right away. And I called, and then he answered. Didn't know what to do.
Oh yeah, middle of the night, right? I was like in bed with my
It was 4 o'clock in the morning.
ex-fiance, and my friend's calling and she's like, what the hell? And I'm like, well,
It was 4 o'clock in the morning.
I should answer. He's calling a lot.
I was panicking. I was crying and didn't know what was going to happen. And then I called my other best friend at the time.
Your other breast
friend. So I called my other best friend. She lived down the street. So she instantly came to my door with an ambulance and cops. There was a cop car. She stopped them and screamed, and they came over to my house. And I ended up in the psych ward again for another 2-3 weeks.
Cops are okay for once. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
When cops are decent, that's nice.
But I'll always remember in the ambulance, damn. I couldn't lay down. I had to stay up, and she kept poking me. The paramedic kept poking me and kept talking to me. And every time I've never been so tired before, ever. And she kept telling me, if you close your eyes, this is it. Keep your eyes open. So I was like, and then when I was at the hospital, they did the full stomach pump and charcoal drinking, an entire liter of charcoal. An entire liter of charcoal.
Every time you talk about it, it's not funny, but
he saw me.
The way you describe chugging the charcoal is
I had to drink it fast, so they kept pouring me glasses of charcoal. You need to drink it now, and I'm out of it, right? I took so many pills, and I'm just I want to sleep. They're like, no, drink this charcoal. It's a bile. It's disgusting. But I did it, and that's why I'm here today. Yeah.
And thankfully.
Yeah.
As for myself, I've had daily thoughts of suicide since I was a teenager. And, the depression comes and goes. When I was about 16, it kind of peaked. It was really bad. I made a plan. I ended up in a mental institution for a month. They didn't help much except for the psychologist there. Helped me realize that I was trans, which was good. But then the psychiatrist I was seeing didn't believe in it and put me on antipsychotics. Oh, you think you're a boy? You're psychotic. Well, look at me now. But anyway, I didn't take them for very long. The side effects were so horrible.
Seems to be their thing. You're not doing well, antipsychotics.
Right, you're psychotic. I mean, you're out of touch with reality. Anyways, so over the last many years of my life, I've had daily thoughts of suicide. Finally, recently, it got really, really, really bad. I decided maybe I should try antidepressants again. When I was a teen, I was on them. Oh yeah, by the way, when I was 11, I was put on antidepressants for being bullied. It was thought that if I was on antidepressants, I wouldn't mind it. Good solution, right? Yes. Of course. Perfect. Anyway,
I can solve everything.
I still minded. Just, I also couldn't sleep. So, whatever. So I talked to my doctor about antidepressants. I tried them. Initially, they almost killed me. Very real. They almost killed me. I lied on my couch for a week. The only thing I was able to do was go to the bathroom, take my pills, and literally lie on the floor crying while my dogs ate. And then crawl back to the couch. That was it. Until a former friend came and rescued me. That was bad. So I'm not saying antidepressants are bad, just they're not for everybody, and they were not for me. So I stopped taking them. And then again, that was as hard as starting them. I spent a week, 2 weeks? I don't even know.
Over 2 weeks.
Over, what?
It was over 2 weeks.
Oh, I spent a long time so unable to handle social interaction that I couldn't even come home. So I lived in my car.
You could barely talk to me, could barely text.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I just lived in my car. No, took a sick leave from work. Yeah, in the last year, I think I've taken 4 or 5 months off. 1 month was for a physical reason when I had my wrist surgery, but aside from that, it was all mental. Yeah, the last year's been really hard.
2016 can suck it.
I wouldn't want it to. It doesn't even deserve to. 2016
It's
can,
been-
like, not suck it, because I'm too good for that.
It's been hard.
So after I came off the pills, things weren't not really better. When I was on them, I started getting panic attacks, which I never had before. I took off from work without warning. I couldn't even tell anybody I was leaving. And then I would disappear for a few days. And my work tolerated that for a long time. Even when I came off the pills, I still was suffering from panic attacks and anxiety crises. And recently, it was too much. I missed a day of work. I was lying on my couch, paralyzed with anxiety, crying and shaking. I couldn't move, I couldn't speak.
I was at work when that was happening. And
Yes. Anyway, and then I was fired. But I didn't know until a friend who was also a client called to make an appointment with me for the next day and was told that I no longer worked there. Nobody even told me I was fired. That kind of sucks. I went today to pick up my stuff. Yep, my name was out of the computer system, off the schedule. I was gone. We have so much more we could say, but I think this video is already long enough and heavy enough. So I think the rest we'll save for another time. Probably the next few videos will be like fun, funny, whatever. But yeah, anyway, I think that's enough for us.